So what brings you in today, Sylvia?
Well, my daughter Angelina let me know that she has been touched by an older gentleman. So me and her father are really concerned about her safety.
Okay, and it's totally understandable. I just want to make sure or let you know that I'm also a mandated reporter. So I wanted to get information. Has a report been made against him?
I believe a report has been made. A member of the El Shalom staff called me in and let me know of what was going on. And they also referred me to you for counseling. So that's why I'm here today, to find out what I can do as a parent to support my daughter during this time.
And I can imagine that you're probably feeling a lot of different things during this time as well. And so you're kind of dealing with those challenges on how to support your daughter, but also how to stay strong during all of this. Is that safe to say?
Yes, I'm really just trying to figure out what steps do I take, as a mother. How do I talk to her? She won't communicate with me. She won't tell me anything. And I'm so angry that we're in this situation. She's only 16 years old.
Of course,
So
that's totally.
she's not supposed to be having oral with people.
Especially not with somebody. How old is the person, the perpetrator?
I think he's almost 30 years old.
Okay.
So I'm just so frustrated.
And that's totally understandable and definitely inappropriate. So what's your relationship with your daughter? Do you guys have an open communication, or do you think that she's not sharing because she's embarrassed or she's scared or ashamed?
My daughter is so closed off sometimes. I'm not sure if she's just going through a phase, but me and her father tried to talk with her about the birds and the bees, and she just doesn't want to share with us. She never likes to talk to us about things. I talk to her friend Lupe sometimes.
Okay.
And I let her have that relationship with her to do things together, but I'm getting concerned that what they're doing is not what she's telling me that they're doing.
So when your daughter was spending time with this older gentleman, were you aware of that? What would she say? Was she kind of sneaking behind your back?
Yes, I think she was sneaking behind my back. And I never let her go out with anyone who is that old. I don't even let her talk to boys. I let her have one friend. That's enough for her to have. And now she's performing oral.
Do you know the circumstances of how she met the 30-year-old?
Well, I have my brother Nesto. He's going through jail. He's taking drugs. I think this man was his friend.
Oh, okay.
So I blame him.
I see. Have you talked to your brother about
I haven't talked to him. I've been trying to contact him.
Okay.
I gave the police his information.
Okay, good.
And I just don't want him anywhere near my family.
Oh, definitely. That's completely inappropriate and devastating to hear that a family member, was part of this whole situation. So tell me a little bit about what you're feeling right now. Are you having any difficulties at this time?
Well, Francisco is my husband's brother. And I'm so frustrated because he's blaming me for what has happened to my child. And I do not know how to, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. Because as I was a child, I was molested as well. And I feel guilty. I just think that if I was there with my children, that this would have never happened.
And what is his reasoning behind blaming you for what happened to her?
Maybe he thinks that I'm not there as often as I should be. Maybe I work too much. and my husband works as well, so we're not there as much as we should be to keep an eye on our children. And I think he blames me for not being home.
Oh, I see. How many are you just working one job or two jobs at this time?
I work 2 jobs.
How many hours are you working a week?
Maybe 60, 70 hours a week. We need the money for our children. You know, we don't have any health care. We don't have any help, so I want to work as much as I can before the babies come. So,
do you think you'll be able to maintain that amount of workload, being pregnant and now with what's going on with your daughter?
well, I plan on stop working after a while, but I'm not sure if my husband's income is going to be enough for our family. So I just want to work as much as I can, but I don't get to see my children. And if I were there to talk to my daughter when she was going through her problem, I could have prevented this. So I really feel guilty.
I see. Well, as we had discussed earlier, there's resources that are out there, so we can definitely talk more about what assistance is available to your family, just to kind of alleviate the load on you. But going back to what you shared about also being abused, did you ever receive any counseling, or what happened as a result?
I didn't.
You didn't receive any? How old were you when this happened?
I was 17.
Okay, so it's a very similar situation then to your daughter. So you might even kind of be, in a way, reliving the experience of what happened to you by what has happened to your daughter. Have you been experiencing nightmares or, intrusive thoughts about what happened to you as a result of this?
I'm just always afraid that she's not safe. Even if she's at school, I worry. Every time I feel worried. But I know I cannot help her because I'm still going through my own.
Right, you're dealing with your own problems. And I think so it'll be good to continue working together to cope with that and deal with what's happened in the past and what's happening now as well. What happened to the perpetrator? Did you have to see him again, or is he out of your life since then?
Well, CPS, when I was a child, yeah.
Okay.
I did see him again. I didn't tell anyone what happened. I kept it to myself because I knew my father was going to be ashamed of me, and my family might have been ashamed of me. So I didn't tell anyone. I never talked to anyone about it.
And that's terrible to have to keep a secret like that and carry the burden of what happened to you and now what's happening to your daughter as well. So I think that continuing to work together and doing the family therapy.
My husband as well. I tell him about these meetings and the counseling, and he can't find time to come. I don't know if he doesn't want to come, or
maybe he's not ready, or
he's so ashamed and he's so angry that our daughter is doing these things. I don't think he knows how to handle it. So.
And it doesn't sound like his father is being very supportive either, so he's probably getting pressure from him as well.
I just feel like I have no support system. I know he supports me and he's there for me, but he works so much. I have no one to talk to about it. My daughter won't talk to me, so we just really need help. We just really need, something to help our family get through this.
And there are also support groups of survivors of abuse. I think that it might be a good idea for you to maybe go, and you don't have to say anything right away. You can just listen to hear other people in a safe environment and kind of share what they went through, which is very similar to what you went through. and how they've kind of overcome that trauma. Do you think that might be something you'd be interested in?
Anything that can help me so I can help my daughter.
Okay.
I think that maybe I might need some assistance myself so I can be able to help her get through what she's going through.
No, definitely.
I feel like it's my fault. I know it's my fault.
You know, it's not your fault. I mean, just the fact that you're here seeking help just shows how dedicated of a mother you are in not only helping your daughter but helping yourself to be better so that you can be strong, because you have a lot going on at home and it's really overwhelming. So it's, you know, my job is to kind of help alleviate, you know, that load on your shoulders and help you to work past this. But you have a lot of skills even within yourself, Sylvia. Even if you don't see it, you know, I can see it just by talking to you and just listening to the things you're telling me. That you are dedicated and you're willing to do whatever it takes to help your family. And it really deserves you need to be commended for that. Is there anything else that you want to share in regards to the current situation?
I just want to work on getting my family back together because I really feel like it's broken right now. I really want my husband to know that I need his support and that I need him to be here to help our daughter. I can't do it by myself. I don't think I'm strong enough to do it alone.
How is your communication with your husband? Do you feel that you can talk to him openly about anything, or is he just too busy, too tired, or he's just not interested?
He's always too busy. He's always too tired. And I don't want to bother him about this situation because I know he's really upset.
Yes.
And I know that his father is telling him things that I just don't feel that it's right. I don't feel like I have the support that I need as her mother, you know.
Is your father-in-law living in the home with you? With all of you?
Sometimes.
Okay.
He sleeps over.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, you know, maybe it's a good option to kind of get some space between, you know, his father-in-law and, you know, your family. Because at this time, I mean, it's really not productive to, you know, point fingers or place blame. You know, we're working on healing and getting through this. And so any kind of negativity or somebody who's just not really going to be helpful but instead kind of be blameful might not be a good idea. And it's not that you don't want to have a relationship, it's just right now maybe you need some space from that and get away from that negativity. Is that possible? I mean, where does he live full time?
With his wife or his ex-wife, I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I can do that. Maybe I change the locks when I get home.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let him know so he's not, you know, wondering what's going on. You might have to just explain that it's a delicate situation right now and you guys are just working on keeping your family together, and, you know, he'll be included once you guys are at a better place. You think he might be understanding of that?
I hope so.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to share?
I just want to make sure that my family is okay after all of this.
And it's going to take time. You know, you can't really rush the healing process because it is a process. However, you've already taken the first step to healing and working and getting your family back to some normalcy. So you need to be commended on that. And with my help and with the help of the community resources such as the support groups and all the other resources that we're going to talk about and work on, I think that it is possible. There's tons of families who have gone through this sort of trauma and abuse, And they're all survivors, just like yourself. So there is hope in, bettering the situation, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm just angry. I want to be able to protect my children. I'm pregnant with twins. I'm only 1 month, but they're there. And I just want to be able to communicate with my children. And I feel like I cannot communicate with my daughter.
Okay.
And my kids, my son I think he has ADHD. I'm just trying to be a strong parent for my kids. I want to know what they're doing. And I want to know what they're not doing.
It sounds like you have a lot on your plate right now. Being pregnant with twins and, what's going on with your daughter and difficulties with your son. Does your family ever do any, outings together? Do you guys do any, activities so that maybe you could have opportunities to maybe get, feel closer bond with them?
Yeah, sometimes, I take them to McDonald's, we sit down, we eat together. Sometimes we go to siestas, or is it fiestas? I'm not sure. Party, you know what that is? We do
Fiestas?
That. Yes, we do that together. So I try to make sure that we remain family oriented, but things are starting to fall apart.
And is your daughter getting therapy or counseling
I
as a
want
result of
her
this?
to come in to see if we can sit down and talk. Maybe you can help her talk to me more. I don't think she's getting counseling right now. I wanted her to come today. She refused to come. The next time I force her to come.
Well, I think it would be a good idea for her to get counseling. I think maybe one-on-one would be a good start for her, just because, like you said, if she's not feeling ready to open up to you or maybe to others, but maybe in a private setting with a one-on-one with a therapist, that might help her.
No, I don't want one-on-one. I want to. I want my daughter. I want me. Together.
And we can definitely do family counseling. I just think that maybe some additional one-on-one counseling for her might be good for her.
No, I don't want one-on-one. I want to.
Well, we can try the family counseling. What I'm just afraid of is that she may not, if she's not feeling comfortable opening up to you as of yet, she may not participate. But we can definitely try it and see how that goes, and then we'll take it from there and see what the next step would be.
I think that would be good for my family.
Okay. And is your husband willing to participate as well?
My husband is very upset with what is going on. I don't know if he's going to want to come to this type of meeting. I don't think so. So for right now, I just want me.
Okay, we can definitely do that. So tell me, in the past, what have you done to deal with your anger? When you've been angry or frustrated, what kind of coping skills have you utilized?
Usually I drink wine.
Okay,
but
that's not an option at this time.
Google tells me I can drink red wine for 2 months.
Well, I wouldn't trust everything on the internet. I would go by what your doctor says. Have you talked to your doctor about that?
No, we're having a little bit of problem with medical care. We get a little bit of services, but we're still trying to see if there's any resources we can get so I can get checkups for the babies.
Okay. There definitely are. I can refer you to some services. There's also WIC, the Women and Infants and Children's, and you are eligible for Medi-Cal due to your pregnancy. So we can go ahead and get started with that.
That would be
I
good.
can help you with that as well. So what else have you done to help cope with your feelings in the past?
I go to fiestas. I like to dance.
Okay, well, that sounds okay.
Yeah, that helps me.
Yeah, as long as you don't drink the wine or.
You don't tell, I don't tell.
Well, actually, I have to tell I'm mandated, but like I said, we'll talk to the doctor first and make sure that it is safe and appropriate. Can you do that?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so what else do you do to cope with your feelings?
I like to glean. I glean when I'm angry, I glean.
Okay.
When I'm sad, I glean. And even when I'm happy, I glean.
Okay. And I can also show you some other techniques here in therapy. Have you ever done any breathing exercises?
Breathing. I do it all the time. Every day I breathe.
Perfect. Well, there's certain exercises like deep breathing, and they just kind of help you to stay calm.
What is deep breathing?
It's just where you just kind of are in the moment, where you just maybe close your eyes and kind of zone out and not have to hear, your husband or deal with cleaning or think about anything else. It's just really focused on you.
So I think about wine and I just close my eyes.
Does wine make you feel calmer?
Wine makes me feel
Okay, then whatever's going to make you feel calmer, that would work. It's okay to think about wine.
Okay.
So I want to go ahead then and we can set up an appointment for family counseling with you and your daughter. And I may meet with her maybe for 5 minutes before I bring you in, if that's okay, just to talk to her and see how she's doing, and touch base with her, get acquainted. Does that sound okay for you?
It sounds good, but what do I do now to support her when I go home and I see her and she doesn't want to talk to me? What can I do just to show her that I'm here for her and I'm here to help her?
Well, I can tell that you are very supportive and caring, and that you are trying. So, unfortunately, she may not be ready to accept that. If she's kind of still dealing with that trauma, she may still be in shock. But I would just continue to just show that you're there for her. What sorts of things are you doing at home to kind of show that, do you think?
I try to have talks with her, maybe just sit down for 10 minutes when she comes home from school, just to tell me about her day. She doesn't want to do it. I try to make her clean with me, while we wash dishes, we talk. She don't want to do it.
Have you maybe tried asking her what sorts of things she wants to do? Like what sorts of activities is she interested in that she might be more inclined to respond to?
That might be a good idea.
What are her hobbies or her interests?
She likes to play with her friends. She likes to she plays sports at school, which is really good.
Okay.
She plays sports. I encourage her to do a lot of activities because I'm concerned about her weight. She's just getting big, so I want her to run a little more so she can get skinny again.
Okay, well, maybe you could maybe go for walks together. That'd be good for you as well, and it'll give you kind of private time to each other, and then maybe just kind of start off just very casual and maybe not focus on the situation, and work your way up to that. Because she might be expecting you to ask questions, and I'm sure she's been asked by the child CPS or the police about the situation, so she's probably not wanting to talk about it as much. So maybe talking about other subjects that she likes to talk about would be a good start, and then work your way from there. Does that sound okay?
That sounds okay.
Okay, so is there anything else that you wanted to discuss at this time?
No, just if you can find out if I can drink wine now or not. And if you can follow up with the healthcare insurance for my babies. So if I drink wine, I can be okay with it.
Okay, will you make me a promise though, and promise not to drink the wine until I get back to you?
I'll think about it.
Okay, well, it's very nice to meet you, Sylvia. We'll go ahead and meet in a week, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.